Hi there, welcome to I Love Dubuque. I'm Molly Grover.
And I'm Kevin Lynch.
And we have a great show planned for you today. Our theme for I Love Dubuque this month is all about Dubuque being your year-round destination.
That's right.
Yes.
And right here, right now, we are at one of Dubuque's gems, the Bell Tower Theater. We're going to be talking to some absolutely fantastic performers here in a minute. We also, in this show, are going to visit the Mandolin Inn, Bed and Breakfast, and we're going to visit the National Mississippi River Museum and Aquarium and go down for the chili cook-off. So we've got quite a show lined up.
Yes, we're going to start with comedy, sports, guys and ties. You won't want to miss it. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Kevin and I are here at the beautiful Bell Tower Theater. We're talking all about why Dubuque is your year-round destination. The Bell Tower Theater is the perfect example. They have performances all year long, and one of the most beloved performances is Comedy Sports and Guys and Ties, and we're joined here by Comedy Sports. Guys, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
For having us.
Thank you.
I can't wait to see the show. Tell us a little bit, if you would, about the show and what people are going to see tonight.
Sure. What we do is a fast-paced, interactive improv show. So everything is made up on the spot. Nothing is rehearsed. Nothing is scripted ahead of time. So everything is based off the audience suggestions, which really it personalizes the show. It makes each one unique so that it's specific to that audience. I mean, when you leave the theater, when you leave our show, that's something that will never be repeated again. It's not something that we'll pick up and do later down the road. I mean, it's really unique for that audience, and that's what makes it so special.
It sounds like a great show and a lot of fun. Tell us, you come to the Bell Tower Theater more than once a year. I don't know how often you're here, but can you tell us about 4 times a year you do the shows? And are they always the Guys and Ties shows, or?
Yep, we have troops of well over 25 performers, so we do get some variety as well there with having different performers, and everyone really wants to be a part of this show, so it's a lot of fun for us.
So now, Big G, let's talk to you for a minute. How long have you been doing this, and I guess what is your favorite part of the whole?
Well, I've been doing improv with Comedy Sports for 8 years now. My favorite part is hearing the laughter. It's the immediate applause factor of. I used to play football in high school, and I liked that instantaneous holler from the crowd, and I didn't get it anywhere else other than improv. It's right away. It's immediate, and I love the audience. And when they clap and laugh at me, I try to do better than I did 10 minutes before because they inspire me to keep them laughing. It's what keeps me therapeutically level.
I love those kind of stories, and you have to ask that people that are in a profession of performing is how you got into it. Big G kind of shared his. Can you share yours as well?
Well, I've been doing theater or plays of some sort or writing since I was real little, and I would force my friends to be in the plays that I was in, and so I think I was destined to do something on stage at one point or another. And I was in my first improv troupe when I was 16. And started doing Comedy Sports probably about 8 years ago as well, maybe 7 years ago. And just kind of like what G said, it's kind of it's addictive. It's an adrenaline rush. You get up there, you get the audience laughing, we make each other laugh, you have a ton of fun, and then you walk away, just satisfied in a different way than you normally can be, I guess.
It's an opportunity to play again. A lot of times things are so serious in day-to-day life that it's fun to actually allow yourself to just act like a child, but and do it in a way that's entertaining to others, and it's really a blast.
And you guys are out under the lights all the time doing this kind of stuff, and you hear other performers, and what gets them going? What do you guys use? Who has been a role model for you? What do you use for your motivation to come out and do this every night?
Really, I think more than anything, each other. It's really such a close-knit group because there's so much trust on stage. There has to be, because there's no script, that to see someone do well pushes you to strive, and we just really kind of support each other. And that has always been an inspiration for me. So.
What do you consider your area of expertise? Is it all comedy, or are you trained in other areas? I know our viewers would love to know your area of expertise.
Good question. I was saying I mostly do comedy. I do sing a little bit and really enjoy writing, and I know that improv is a great foundation for writing because you can get ideas sort of out of the blue in a different way than you could just sitting on the couch trying to write something. So a lot of times the stuff I might do on stage spontaneously later on pops into my head as an idea for a sketch or a story, and I can continue to write from there. And so I would say that that's becoming maybe an area of expertise, or I want it to be at least.
Well, I went to college for a theater scholarship and a music minor. I studied opera for 4 years. Then I got into the musical theater and realized how much more fun it was than opera. That's where I've been since. And I've done a lot of jobs being an actor. I do a lot of all my side jobs I can't hold for 5 months because it's not entertaining. But I can stay in the theater for 8 years and not blink an eye about it. And I think it's because I've done so many different things that improv encompasses everything. You have to know a little bit about a lot of things.
Yeah. You always have to be willing to educate yourself too, and to help educate others, and that's an area of expertise that we also really excel at. We do corporate training and team building activities, and we do put a lot of emphasis on creativity and implementing new patterns of trust, and so we do have a lot of expertise in that area as well.
So tell me about the Bell Tower Theater. I mean, you guys are regulars up here, right?
Yeah, it really has been a great association, us doing a show here and then just having such a positive response and the demand to have us back, and that there's no bigger compliment. And so the fact that we get to perform in a great space like this is something that we look forward to. And we really love to see the audiences. Each night is just better than the last.
We close every segment with I Love Dubuque with asking every interview what they love about Dubuque. So can you share with us what you love about Dubuque?
I would say the Bell Tower Theater.
Ooh, good.
Came up with that all.
Yeah. No one cued you in. But it is amazing that to have this level of theater here and to have the support for it. It's just so near and dear to our hearts that it really is special to keep coming back here. And like I said, the audiences are so supportive.
Yeah, my favorite part about Dubuque has to be the audience. Every time we're here, they just appreciate us so much. We just want to perform well to prove to them that we appreciate them as much.
Yeah. So it's a beautiful place. It really is.
Great. Well, guys, thanks so much for taking some
Thank
time
you
to
so much.
talk with us tonight. We're looking forward to seeing your performance. Good luck tonight.
Thanks for having
And
us.
thanks for joining us on I Love Dubuque.
I always wanted to have a beautiful baby like you, and now
Happy!
my life is fulfilled.
Well, you got me, Mama. Catch me. I love Dubuque!
The quality of life in Dubuque is second to none, making Findlay Hospital proud to be a member of the Dubuque Area Chamber of Commerce. Together, we work to serve and nurture the tri-state area. By providing compassionate, quality patient care with advanced technology, we can improve the health and wellness of our community. Findlay Hospital and the Dubuque Chamber of Commerce, together we are making a difference.
Findlay Hospital and the Dubuque Chamber of Commerce invite you to learn more about the tri-state area at DubuqueChamber.com.
Dubuque is proud of our workforce. Steady business growth means increasing opportunities for career development in a variety of fields as more companies make their home in Dubuque. American Trust and Savings Bank is pleased to sponsor college internship awards to keep our best and brightest here in Dubuque. Great workforce opportunities and a great community make Dubuque a great place to call home.
American Trust and the Dubuque Chamber invite you to experience Dubuque soon.
Hi there, Kevin and I are at one of Dubuque's most beautiful houses. We're at the Mandolin Inn and we're joined by Amy Boyton. She's the owner of the Mandolin Inn. Hi, Amy. Thank you for
pleasure to
joining
meet
us.
you.
Pleasure to meet you too. Thank you.
You too.
Well, kind of. Thank you so much for hosting us here and taking us on a tour of your beautiful bed and breakfast.
You're more than welcome.
This house has a very interesting history that I think our viewers would really love to hear about. It's a B&B, obviously, but it has a very illustrious history.
Yes, it was built in 1908. It was the home of Nicholas Schrupp, who at the turn of the century owned the majority of banks and insurance companies here in Dubuque. And he found a great architect named Fridolin here, who also built the county courthouse here in Dubuque, as well as a number of other buildings, Bascom Hall up at the University of Wisconsin in Madison, and as far as I know, the Drake Hotel in Chicago. But he brought that architect here to design and build the home. And it is 3 stories, actually 4 stories. It has 27 rooms, and it was originally the Schrupp's private home for 24 years. Then when both Mr. and Mrs. actually a little bit longer, when both Mr. and Mrs. Schrupp passed away, the children who had their own homes at the time gave the house to the Catholic Archdiocese of Dubuque, who in turn gave it to the Blessed Virgin Mary or BVM Order of Nuns. And this was their convent and mother house for 22 years. The novice nuns lived up in the ballroom, had to rough it up there. And then 22 years later, this was sold and it became a halfway house for juvenile delinquents. Then a law firm bought it and used the 5 public rooms of the home for their law practice and chopped the other 22 rooms up into apartments for college students. Then it was a law firm and college apartment house until 1988, at which point someone bought it, restored most of the inside, and made it into a bed and breakfast. And I am today the 3rd owner of it as a bed and breakfast inn.
Wow.
So great, Amy. That's a very interesting history. Now, tell us, if somebody comes to the Mandolin Inn today, about some of the rooms that you've got and what's available, and just how many rooms are in the house
Okay.
total.
I've got 8 guest rooms, and one of those is a 2-bedroom suite on the 3rd floor. It's the only guest accommodations on the 3rd floor, so it's very private. It's got a big private deck, and it's great also for families because of the 2nd bedroom. Families adore it. The small room is great for the younger set of children. Then I have got a fabulous room. It was the original master bedroom on the 2nd floor in the turret area. That was the master bedroom originally, and today it's used a lot for honeymoons. It's called the Holly Marie Room. I have a guest room at the farthest end of the 2nd floor that was originally at the greenhouse. And then I've got 4 more beautiful rooms on the 2nd floor. Neiman Marcus is using the Holly Marie Room and the Amanda Room to do the lingerie section of one of their catalogs. And the Amanda Room is my personal favorite. Yes.
Can I come back?
Yeah. Be on the waiting list, right? In any case, then on the 1st floor, I have a fully handicapped accessible and wheelchair accessible guest room. And I've also got 5 public rooms, that's the dining room, the music room, the grand hallway, which is actually two giant rooms, and the parlor. And those are the rooms that my guests are welcome to use. They can also use, I've got a couple of very social cats running around trying to get their day in their 15 minutes of fame.
Yeah.
In any case, I've also got a fabulous veranda outside. Not so great today on a cold day, but 3/4 of the year, it's fabulous. And then people can also rent this public space to have wedding receptions, any kind of reception that you can imagine, as well as dinner parties here.
Like so many bed and breakfasts in Dubuque, it makes such a wonderful experience when you're on vacation. And you have a history, the Mandolin Inn does, and you have great space. But I think one of the most interesting things as we were walking through the house is you were telling us about the windows and some of the special features in the house. Can you share with our viewers
Yes.
about that?
The home has got 4 drop-dead gorgeous windows here. It's got lots of beautiful windows, but one stained glass window. It's a Tiffany window that is surrounded on the edges by leaded glass. It's a painting of St. Cecilia, patron saint of musicians, carrying her mandolin. That's obviously what the house is named after.
Being a bed and breakfast, I'm sure you have many guests and maybe some famous guests.
Yes, I've had several very famous guests stay here. One that some people in town knew, but I couldn't tell anybody while it was happening, was Kevin Costner and his wife Christine and their entire band stayed here when Netflix was doing their 10 Great Movies in 10 Great Towns. It was a
very
blast
cool.
to have them here.
I bet.
In fact, a niece-in-law of mine, my nephew, his wife, is quite sure that Christine and Kevin got pregnant while they were here. The only reason she believes that is she had just found out she was pregnant and had her baby about a week and a half before Christine did.
You heard it here, folks.
Amy, I've got one last question for you. Please tell us what you love about Dubuque.
I've lived here since 1998, so it's coming up on 12 years. And the thing that I have loved about Dubuque since I moved here was how vital and changing the city is. I know that there was a big plan that was developed in the middle of about 1995 about developing the ice harbor, and then that plan was put into effect and kicked off at New Year's Eve of 1999. And just all of the changes and growth that the city has had since I moved here has been amazing.
It is amazing,
Yeah, it really
absolutely.
is.
Thank you so much for
You're
spending
so
time with
welcome.
us and hosting us, taking us on a tour of your Pride and Joy. It's absolutely beautiful.
You are so
Thank
very
you,
welcome.
Amy.
It's a pleasure to have both of you guys here.
Thanks, Amy, for having us to the Mandolin Inn.
The Dubuque Area Chamber plays a significant role in promoting and attracting tourism to our area, an area on the cutting edge of business, rich with history and natural beauty. Now easily accessible via 4-lane highways, Dubuque is the perfect place to work or play. We're just a short drive away.
The Dubuque Chamber of Commerce and the Telegraph Herald invite you to experience Dubuque soon. Log on to DubuqueChamber.com for more information.
Mystique Casino is proud to be a part of Dubuque's dynamic character, making it the weekend getaway destination. We are proud to be a catalyst of this community, having donated over $32 million to local charity and over $123 million to the city of Dubuque to foster positive change in this magnificent city. We at Mystique invite you to join us for a first-class gaming experience and to rediscover Dubuque this weekend.
Okay, next up on I Love Dubuque, we are having a lot of fun here today. We are standing at the National Mississippi River Museum and Aquarium, and we're talking to the Public Events Coordinator, Jan Feltis, for the museum. Jan, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
You have got a lot of activity going on here today, don't you?
Oh, I do. And this is our third weekend, so you might know all the planning and activities, but this year we're focusing on, of course, snow and ice and being outdoors, and you know, what better way to do it than down here in the River Museum.
Absolutely, and today we're going around, we're looking for fun things to do in Dubuque that's a destination year-round that people can come and visit, and this is actually Ice Fest, I believe, is the name, and you've got something that I just had a great deal of fun with a little while ago with the chili cook-off. So why don't you tell us a little bit about the chili cook-off? I know you coordinate this for a long time, haven't you?
Yes, it's our Chill Out Chili Cook-Off. It's a CASI organization. It's Chili Appreciation Society International. They're known throughout the country, and any cook from throughout the country can come cook and compete. They're trying to earn points to go to Terlingua, Texas. That's their main goal. And then we open it up to businesses and anybody. The public are welcome to come and cook. They make it on site, 1 pot of chili, and we give away prizes and awards. And of course, it's a bragging right, you know. And showmanship. They're out there singing, dancing, you know, and it's just a lot of fun. And then we have public tasting, where the public and the museum guests get to go out and for an hour taste all the different kinds of chili.
And they're fantastic too. I had a chance to taste some of them and judge the business class, and there were excellent entries in there too. Now, before I let you go, we always end every interview by asking one question. If you would please just tell us what you personally love about Dubuque.
Oh gosh, I'm a Dubuquer, so that's really a hard question, but it's a great family-oriented family town. And the festivals, I am amazed at the festivals and how well they're attended and how people enjoy. They come and it's like, who do you know? It's, you know, and it's great for families, and the school system is great, you know, and I'll have to put a plug in for the city because I've been in a lot of different towns during the winter, and I'm really amazed how well they do the maintenance of the streets and, you know, helping us to get people here to there comfortably. But overall, it's just a great destination, and I would highly recommend it for anyone to come and live in Dubuque, because what better places are than Dubuque?
You can't make a better commercial than that. So, great. Jan, thanks for joining
Thank
us today.
you.
You bet. Have a
All
good
right.
I love Dubuque.
Okay, I'm standing here with one of my good friends, Mr. Robert Peacock. Bob, thanks for joining us today.
Hey, great, Kevin. Thanks. It's great to be here.
You bet. You are down here with us at the National Mississippi River Museum and Aquarium. You're enjoying Ice Fest, and you were enjoying the chili cook-off today, weren't you?
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, I was a judge. Now, I have to admit, it was my first time being a judge, so I don't know if I did anything right, but nobody yelled at me, so I assume I didn't do anything wrong. But I was able to sample 15 chilies, and it was a great experience.
It was. I had a few myself. So you get around Dubuque a lot. I mean, tell the audience, if you would, what the museum means, what do events like this mean for the Dubuque and for the citizens and the economy, and just everything in general.
Well, as you know, Kevin, I mean, we are standing in the #1 tourist attraction in the state of Iowa. Okay, so we start with that. But the bottom line is, when you ask me what does this mean for Dubuque, you know, the aquarium, the whole Ice Harbor development is where it all started. You know, this is what really put Dubuque on the map. We are the tourist destination, but it's so much more. It's opportunity. I happen to have a relationship with a person who is at the University of Arkansas in Pine Bluff, where my son's in grad school. And I had a chance to introduce him to the aquarium, and he's a PhD fisheries guy. And he walked out of here and he said, "This is unbelievable." And I said, "Why is it unbelievable?" He goes, "No, you don't understand." He said, "I do this for a living." He said, "I lived all over the world. I've been to all over the place for aquariums." He said, "Most aquariums only show." He said, "You guys show, but you educate. You talk about understanding what's the watershed, what's the dead zone, what do we need to do to change the way we live." And he said that's the most amazing thing in the world. So that's what the National Mississippi River Museum Aquarium is all about, and that's the difference that we have here in Dubuque.
Robert, we always end up every interview by asking people one question. If you would please just give us one reason why you love Dubuque.
The reason, Kevin, that I love Dubuque would be the people. The people, coupled with the values, the family life. I know it's more than one reason, but that's what it's all about. The people of the Midwest, the work ethic, people that want to do the right thing. They're your friends, they work with you, they don't work against you. That's Dubuque, Iowa. And if you want to do the things that other cities have to offer that are larger, when you live in Dubuque, you can go there. You can drive to Minneapolis, you can drive to Chicago, you can drive to St. Louis, but you don't have to live there. You can come back to Dubuque, and that's the benefit of Dubuque, Iowa.
That's right. Well said. My friend, thank you for joining us. I'm going to let you get back to that wine bar, and thanks for joining us on I Love Dubuque.
Sounds great. Thanks a lot, Coach. All right.
I love Dubuque.
Joining us now on I Love Dubuque is Mark Wagner. Mark is the Education Director.
Education Director,
Here at the museum, and that has got to be a very fascinating job, isn't it?
It is a fascinating job. It's something, I was a county naturalist for many, many years in central Iowa, and when this position at the museum opened up and they were expanding into not only the historical but also the wildlife, I figured, this is a great place and a chance for me to come home again.
Mark, why do you love Dubuque?
I love Dubuque because I was gone from Dubuque for 30 years. Always missed being here. Always missed the Mississippi River. I guess one of the greatest attributes that Dubuque has is the Mississippi River and the beautiful bluffs and the forests and bluffs along the Mississippi River. So just being back home, back to my birthplace is a reason I love Dubuque.
Just like coming home.
Yeah,
Right, so
exactly.
Wonderful. Well, Mark, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, right now we are standing with Aiden down here at the Mississippi River Museum and a first citizen of Dubuque, Miss Norma Denlier. Norma, thank you for joining us today.
So
Good
glad
to see you as always.
Glad to be here, Kevin.
You bet.
And Aiden's my grandson.
That's right. So tell us what brings you out on a January day down to the National Mississippi River Museum.
Well, number one, I love this place. These kids love it. So does Bill. We come down here every chance we get, and we knew all kinds of exciting things were happening today. The crowd is wonderful.
Right.
I love Dubuque.
My vision for the future has enabled me to grow and build a business that I am proud of. The welcoming business climate that the Dubuque Chamber fosters was instrumental in my decision to move my family to engage in a business here 2 years ago, a business that has grown as dynamically as Dubuque. I am happy to call Dubuque home, a prosperous, growing community that understands just how important it is to buy locally. Cruiseworth and Dubuque Auto Plaza and the Dubuque Chamber of Commerce invite you to experience Dubuque soon.
We find a lot of great news to report in Dubuque. Job growth and a stable business climate continue to attract highly skilled workers to this area. 1.5 million annual visitors help keep Dubuque's economy strong. At KCRG TV9, we're committed to being the dynamic voice for this vibrant community.
The Dubuque Chamber of Commerce and KCRG TV9 invite you to experience Dubuque soon. Log on to DubuqueChamber.com for more information.
We had a great time on I Love Dubuque today. We talked all about how Dubuque is your perfect year-round destination. Didn't we have a great time today, Kevin?
That's right. Down at the museum, had some fabulous chili at the Mandolin Inn, looking for a place to stay, a wonderful bed and breakfast, and the performance tonight at the Bell Tower Theater.
The one, the only, the Big G. Make sure you join us next month on I Love Dubuque.
The Dubuque Area Chamber of Commerce showcases Dubuque as the region's premier destination. 1,200 members representing over 46,000 jobs, we do together what we cannot do alone. From workforce programs to business services and development, marketing strategies to ongoing advocacy efforts in tourism, the Dubuque Area Chamber of Commerce understands a strong business community creates a better Dubuque. Over 62,000 residents and 1.6 million visitors a year agree Dubuque is the ideal place to live, work, play, and do business.